Easton plays Detective John McBain, who's so desperate to get back his long-lost love, it has him under the gun. Take a look.
You've been held here against your own will.
Oh, do you see any ropes or chains?
I don't know what he told you, but you do not belong here, Marty.
He took care of me. He took care of me, and I'm well now again because of him.
He manipulated you. He manipulated you, and now you think you owe him something. He found you after the accident, and he took advantage of the fact that you had lost your memory. That's what he did.
No, he wouldn't do that.
How do you know?
I know him.
How do you know? Please welcome back Michael Easton. Michael, that scene was woo.
Was it a go up? Susan's wonderful. She makes it easy for me, you know?
Well, you know what? This is the 40th anniversary of One Life to Live.
Yes.
And you have been on since 1989. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, from 89, 99, 2009, have soaps changed a lot?
I've been fired for several times in that 20-year span.
Yeah.
And I think the body count has went up. Seems like a lot more people are having sex, about the same amount of people wearing condoms. And that's the biggest thing I can sort of see that's going on over there.
Why do you get fired so much?
I don't know. I think they just...
They take your character out and they're
Please
back
let me
in...
stay this whole segment.
Yeah, well, in 20 years, how many times have you been fired?
At least 4 times.
Really?
I was on a show many years ago on another network, and then I was on one. The whole show got canceled because of me. This poor Charles
Because of
thing.
you stayed on.
This show I've hung on for 5 years now.
You look so benign. You know, you're so fierce when I see you in that.
I know.
You know. You're a sweet, you're a little sweetie. Yeah. What's the craziest thing that, I mean, here she loses her memory. I mean, that's par for the course in soap operas. What's the craziest thing?
You know, on the last one I did, I played a vampire priest. So, so this time around, everything I've done over at One Life has seemed very civilized in comparison.
A vampire priest?
That's kind of redundant, isn't it?
Yes, yes. I didn't have to work very hard at that
How does your character begin to even cope? Because he was in love with Marty, and then she died, but then she came back from the dead and is now in love, as we saw, with her rapist. So I mean, how do you begin to navigate those seas?
She needs to get into some serious therapy.
Yeah.
And I don't mean one of these group therapy sessions at the Y. I'm talking about maybe Vienna, where they have those stadium seating, and they have rooms of doctors just watching you all the time.
Well, at least she didn't get her head cut off.
Yeah.
I made a movie about soap operas, and they brought somebody back after their head was cut off.
That's hard.
It's called Soap Dish. Have you ever seen it?
That is a funny show.
Well, the guys, you know, so soap operas do all kinds of stuff, but now, I just,
I love when the guys are always doing push-ups before they go on.
Yes.
And they...
It's true. This is what I
wearing
hear.
bicycle shorts to a funeral.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. But now, Todd, played by Trevor St. John, is your biggest enemy on the show. The two of you despise each other. How do you get along in real life?
Like we do.
I despise him.
In real life. In real life, it's like us on the air, right?
He's a good guy. As a matter of fact, I was watching your show last week when you had Ricky Gervais on, and Trevor and I actually went and saw Ricky at Mr. Gervais, I guess, at MSG a few months ago.
Yes.
And we were sitting through the show, and Trevor went up to get an adult beverage, and the woman behind me tapped my shoulder and goes, "I can't believe you're sitting with Todd. You know he's got Marty kidnapped, don't you?" Very seriously. And then, so, you know, if she told me the whole plot, and so if Katina, you're out there, I finally cracked the plot thanks to you, and I appreciate that.
So, Michael, now you and I are participating in Super Soap Weekend this weekend in Orlando. I had a mojito, so I'm not quite in Orlando. At Disney's Hollywood Studios. So it's going to be a little bit different this year. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, I don't know if you're ready for the nude motorcade on Saturday night. I'm still not sure.
I am doing the motorcade with all of the hot hunks of the soap opera, so I am ready.
I got the goofy character.
You got the goofy.
So I think he's going to cover me up. You know, you know, once you do this event, one thing you realize very quickly is the fans give us more than we give them.
Yeah.
And it's an extraordinary feeling to be there. If you open your heart to it and you let the experience come in, you hear these incredible stories about although the show, we don't take ourselves that seriously, but it does exist as sort of a distraction, and sometimes it helps people through a disease or a treatment of a disease or missing a loved one who's overseas, and on some minute way, it makes you feel like you're contributing something, and it's humbling, and that's what it means for me, that whole experience in Orlando. So we're really,
It really is.
really thankful to get to do it.
And you found another way to connect with people. You have this graphic novel called Soul Stealer.
Read it.
Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, it's lovely that you read it, Whoopi. Thank you very much. It is. You know, I was plagued by these questions in my life. Have you ever lost someone, and how far would you go to get them back? So it sort of tells the story of this warrior poet who he's armed with the ability to bring back souls from the afterworld, and he wanders the earth searching for his long-lost love, who was taken away from him. And, it's beautifully illustrated by a wonderful artist named Christopher Shine.
Beautifully written.
Thank you.
Who did the writing again?
Well, I wrote a few of the words, and this wonderful artist did this heartbreaking stuff named Christopher Shine. I was really blessed to get to work with him.
Thank you so much, Michael. Thank you for coming by. And One Life to Live